me about a time when you had to perform under tremendous pressure, or tell me about a time when you had to face a very difficult situation. How did you overcome that? Well, friends, you might be getting some of these very popular questions, because these questions, we call it as situational interview questions, and they are meant to identify and understand that how do you perform under difficult situations. What is your mindset? What is your approach that you apply in those situations? Because they start to bring out your behavioral competencies. Now, when I say this, that how do you perform in a difficult or a pressure situation, we need to first understand that what is the mindset of the interviewer is and what they really want to know. As you know that your interviews are all linked to your competencies. Now, one of the core competency that is reflecting in this question is change management, which means a person would be under tremendous pressure or a situation when they come which is very difficult. They have to apply certain skills, adapt to new situations, and then perform in the new territory or new areas which they have never done before. And change management will never be easy. Change management means you are moving away from your comfort zone and getting into an uncomfortable zone by taking risk, by doing certain things that you are not good at, but persistently, if you have done that and you know how to handle those unexpected dynamic market conditions, you have the ability to face tremendous pressure and come out of it as a winner. So this simple understanding will give you an idea that why this question is asked. Now, if you know the background of this question, the competency linked to it is change management. Now you have to think through in your real life what exactly that you have went through in your real world. So now think about, maybe you have a performance pressure, maybe you have a pressure with respect to handling or managing your team, or maybe particularly one person who could be a very notorious or a very arrogant teammate. How did you manage that? Or it could also be a customer who is not giving you the room that you were comfortable with in your past roles, and now you have to manage that customer expectation and deliver the organizational expectations and ultimately handle those pressure situations. So think about it. In order to do these kind of areas, these situations in your mind, you might have definitely undergone some pressure and you might have definitely thought about it, how to handle it. Now, why I'm again giving this purview to you, because while answering a question as per the STAR method, that always is a golden method to answer any question, the first thing is you have to think about the situation. So if your situation is that, let's say you had a very notorious and an arrogant colleague who was performer or a high performer, but at the same time his attitude is disturbing the entire team, then you had to take some action. So when I say STAR, the first part is the situation. Now the second is the task. Now once you have understood what was the situation, like in this case, this gentleman was very arrogant, what was the task that I did? Number one, I decided to have one-on-one meetings to help him to think that how he can contribute to the entire team by becoming a positive influencer than being a notorious arrogant employee or a teammate who is disturbing the peace and way of doing things. Number two, I also thought in my task thinking was how I can show him the future and the growth path that can convert his arrogance into performing better and becoming a role model in the organization. Now with these tasks, since I am a people manager and I was responsible for bringing that change in him, I decided to take certain actions. Now I am coming to the A part, that is action. Now the actions that I decided was that I first of all decided to do a one-on-one meeting with him. And in that one-on-one meeting, I ensured that I first listened to him, that what are his challenges. I understood those challenges. I found out that no doubt he is a high performer, but at the same time, a lot of people were ignoring him in the team and they were not giving him a room to listen. I further probed him. I said that, what did you do why these people are doing like this? And he said that could be that they are jealous of my performance. They do not want to come and make me a part of the team. I further asked him, what did you do for that? And he said that I did my best, but they have made a coterie, they are together and they don't allow that to happen. And in this conversation, I said, okay, what are your near term, between 1 to 2 years career goals? He said, I do not want to get promoted. I'm happy in what I'm doing because I have certain responsibilities at my home. I have to earn a lot of money. Now, by doing this, I got to know what was his motivation. So he wanted to earn a lot of incentives. He wanted to remain in the team by showing that he is one of the highest performer, but he doesn't have any ambitious goal. Then I said, how it would be that if you start mentoring a young person in our team who can also grow and groom, and once you are able to do that, maybe your other teammates can take that inspiration that how you are contributing in the team. And I would give you a room in the team meetings to come and share your work that you have done as a part of being a mentor. And in our meeting, finally, we all agreed that, we both agreed that this is a good plan that I can look for. This will not only change my image of being an arrogant employee, which I am not from his perspective, but at least it will start bringing some action from his side that can change the purview. So we have covered 3 parts: situation, task, action, result. Now the last part is the result, R. After a proper follow-up from my side at 30, 60 and 90 days, we made an action plan and we had a follow-up plan that how he is going to mentor and develop that person. Since we followed it, we reviewed it after every periodic 15 days and 30 days period, we started to see some changes happening, not only in this individual that he was becoming softened, and he was also playing the contributory role in the entire gamut of that team. Because people started to see that now he is becoming more of a giver than of a taker. And there's a quote which says, there is called giver's gain. The more you give, the more you get. And likewise, when this gentleman started to take those actions, his image started to improve. It's not that it is 100% done, but it started to improve. Plus, he started gaining confidence in changing his ways of doing things with different people. And then in my next meeting on 60th day, I said, now if you have learned certain things, that you have become a little more patient, you have become a little more absorbent, can you now go back to your other teammates one by one and start going and asking and taking a feedback that what I need to work on? Because the more you take feedback from them and you act on it, you will see your relationship starts to get better. And then we build up another plan for next 30, 60, 90 days, that how he can sharpen his relationship with his other teammates. Now, we have covered the star part of how did I handle pressure. Now, last but most important part, if you have to complete this, you have to also talk about what is the outcome. The outcome was that not only this gentleman started to become better, but at my end, since I was under tremendous pressure because of this one colleague who was a high performer and was a disturbance element in the entire team, I started to see a lot of positivity happening in my entire team. Now, I had more teammates who were contributing to the success of my geographical region that has been given to me, and there's a lot of positivity started to becoming visible, not only in terms of performance, but in terms of cohesiveness of the team. And in my change process, my core goal was, how do I create a high performing team that even when I leave, there are people who are able to contribute and this will function like a well-oiled machine. And then I'm proudly saying that today, when I am ready for my next role, I have somebody to succeed me. Because that's the core role of a leader, that how you create more leaders. And that's how I converted a very pressure situation into a simple task. From outside it might look simple, but from the inside all these actions have brought this. Now this answer, this way of approaching a question will give you an idea, and the person on the other side who is listening to you, that this person has a lot of depth, he has a lot of actions, he has a lot of ideas, and he has a good communication skills, good listening skills, good understanding of his people, that how he empathizes with them, motivates them, inspire them to achieve those goals. Now you also have to now think in your real situation, in your real world, where exactly you have been able to practice those situations which were under tremendous pressure. It may be customer, as I said, it may be a performance that you are not meeting the expected norms of performance, or maybe it could be your own attitude which could be arrogant and is irritating some different people at different level. So think about it, and then I wish you good luck. Please prepare. I'll come back with another new question, another new analogy to think about it, to answer, so that you become great in your approach for your next job. And also you can apply this in your current work situation as well. If you are going through a same situation, this will add to your experience which you can share in future with any other potential client. Hope this video would have been of great use and a great interest. I look forward to see your comments below to know that whether you really liked it or you want to add any very special comment to it. I'll be working on it and get back to you. Thanks for watching me.